Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a review of the Parkoo 36 set of markers. Now, I just want to say ahead of time that you might hear some background noise. My new house is near a main road and it's busy 24/7, so you might hear some traffic in the background. So yeah, today I'm going to show you the Parkoo markers. These are permanent markers, so you don't want these if you do have a color primarily in double-sided books. You want these if you are primarily coloring on single-sided pages, because you do not want these in your double-sided books because it will go through and ruin the image on the other side. So here is the packaging, and this is the back. You have the fine tip and it gives you the dimensions of everything. They came just like this in this package. I'll probably take these out and put them in a cup or something like that on my desk. But they come in here like this nice case, and it's very sturdy to open. Go ahead and set this down. I'm trying to make it too much noise. There we go. I'm trying to do it quietly. So they come in this nice double-sided set here, and they look just like this. So they are very reminiscent of a Sharpie, except for they are an off-white color. They have a little more of a flatter tip here, and inside they look exactly as well as a Sharpie. So before I get into the demo, I will point out some good things, bad things about these. There's really no bad things about these. They're just kind of things I want to point out. One, when we see the swatches, you'll see this. But these are, I would say, probably 95% that they match up to the caps. So if you don't have a swatch book on hand, I would say with these, just keep a small piece of paper until you get used to the color, and like by muscle kind of, or by eye memory, so you can eyeball the colors. As well as I've noticed that some of them, like with this one here, the caps are made to go over here, but some of them don't lock on. It's small minor things, like other ones here will go on and be, sturdy. It's just something if you want to reach for something. It's just kind of something I want to point out. It's nothing that will hinder your coloring process. So these are the markers in the set. There are no skin tones or lighter skin tones. You have 3 browns you can use as a skin tone. So these would be more for coloring more fantasy or coloring more scenic pictures. So go ahead and show you the swatches. So this is the swatches. This is, I left this empty because this is tray 1. So this is all of, oops, you can't see them. Is all of from this yellow down to this kind of mauve-y purple. This is tray 1, and this is tray 2, which is back here. I really like this brown right here. It's a very like almost sandbar brown, so it's really kind of like almost like grayish toned. Really beautiful colors. There's a lot of pinks in this set, which is really nice. So yeah, this is the swatches. So for the book, we're going to be working out of the Misfits book. Number 2 is on my desk. I was working in it today, and I figured I can show you the difference. So I'm just going to do a demo with straight coloring with these markers. But the demo I'm going to show you is this. So I have used markers and pencils in this book, and I can show you and compare to you what they're like. So this is Sharpies with pencil on top. This is the Parkoo markers with pencil on top. So you're already kind of seeing kind of a little more vibrancy, I'd say, in the Parkoos over Sharpies. And this is alcohol markers. This is the Cali Art with pencil on top. So I would definitely say that if you're comparing Parkoo versus Sharpie, which those are the two I kind of compared to, the Parkoo, in my opinion, is a little more vibrant. So I'm going to set my spare sheet of paper down. Remember, these are permanent markers, so you're going to want to have your spare pieces of paper behind your image. And we're going to work on Minerva. Here, this will be a nice, good one to work on and showcase. We zoom you in. So let's go ahead and do some coloring. Let's see, what colors do we want to use? Let's use, let's trying to think of the colors I used in my last picture. Do this golden yellow for her skin. Can you see? Yes. So one thing I did notice is that the tips of these are very sturdy. They're very strong. They don't have much of a give to them, but they are brand new. So keep that in mind, that they could get broken in over the course of using them. But right now they are very stiff. They will not rip the paper or anything like that, but they are very stiff and harder feeling. But the more you use them, the more you'll get them broken into your coloring. And they are very juicy and full of life, which I was really surprised by. I didn't know how well they would be, because these actually came a day before we moved into this place, and the mailman took them up onto the porch. So they were out in like 80+ degree weather, and they were still juicy and full of life when I got here Friday evening, which is very good. Because I have ordered markers in the past that have came in the mail, and by the time they got from the mail person to the mailbox to my house, they've been kind of iffy. But these are full of life. So I'm not going to do the whole pencil on top of thing today. I'm just going to kind of lay them down so you can see how they work. This one here actually might be really good for a base for a deep brown skin, or a brown skin, because it's kind of goldish brown. If you're going to be doing like a deeper skin tone, I think that would look really good. And with alcohol markers, you do want to work quickly so you don't get your marker lines. And the reason I am showing them in a Amazon printed paper book is because markers actually work really well on these papers. And if you put a marker base down, you will not get those pesky white lines. And you can hear that it does click in when it goes in there, so you know it's nice and tight. And now one of my favorite things to do with these pictures, take the black, and now it's full on creepy. Okay. Let's do pink for her socks. And we're going to skip every other one. And as you can see, it does go right through. So that's why you have this spare piece of paper here. And just put some extra printer paper, notebook paper. If you have some extra paper from a bill that came in the mail, just make sure you pay it first and slip it behind it. There we go. I'm going to do the same over here. Normally I do mismatched socks, as you can tell. Right here. But I feel like tonight we're going to do her wearing one sock. Or one kind of sock. Okay. And we're going to switch it up. We're going to do a blue. So this is another one that has that. It just kind of, it sits there, but it's looser. So I'm just going to set it aside. No biggie. But I do mention it just in case you have animals who bat your caps around, or little kids that like to come grab it while you're coloring and then run away. So they do go down very, very smooth. Like I said, I haven't had any problems with these laying down. Right up in here. Okay. And I think we're going to use a red for her hair. And just remember, with the permanent markers or the alcohol-based markers, take your time. And if you end up getting your marker lines, you can just smooth it out with a pencil. And it will not be any noticeable. Because these actually work very well with pencil. I was using my pencils earlier to finish the page behind this one that I showed you. And they match up with the pencils very nicely. So these are a dream to color onto with your pencils. So yeah, I'll definitely be keeping these here on my desk for when I'm coloring. I just need to reach for a color to put down some on the marker base down on the page. So yeah, you might see a little bit of marker lines here. I had to stop the camera to let my cat in. She's not happy when I close the door, and she's not happy when she's in here filming once I close her back in. But yeah, I'll definitely be using these on my single-sided pages for either just coloring, just doing some straight coloring, or putting a base down for my pencils. See, I've been playing with these for the weekend, this past few days, testing them all out, and I really like them. For me, they're very comfortable in my hands. They're very reminiscent of a Sharpie in terms of feel and looks, but I feel like they're more vibrant than the Sharpies, almost like the Bics, the Bic marking markers. They're a lot more vibrant like them. And with 36 colors, it's very nice. You can feel like you get a nice color variety for a smaller amount, which 36 is not a smaller amount, but compared to some sets out there, it is. So I'm just going to try very carefully to get in between her hands or fingers. You see, I will definitely be keeping these on my desk as my go-to. There. Oh, almost dropped it on myself. Okay, so I need to add just a little bit of a fleshy orangey color up here around her where her head was severed. And I think I'm going to use this gray for her shirt. And since these are alcohol-based markers, there may be some questions about smell. And these do not have a smell to them at all. They have a very, very faint rubbing alcohol scent. That is it. But they do not have a strong alcohol scent to them, which is very, very nice, because the Sharpies can be strong. They're not as much anymore, but it can be, the older sets. And sometimes even the Cali Arts and other stuff like that can have a stronger scent, but these do not have any real big scent of alcohol. So if you are someone who is nose sensitive, these will not be a problem, I would say. I do not know, for you, it's all different, for that, but I would say it shouldn't be a problem. Just don't hold me to it, because each nose is different. And I'm just trying to do a quick little demo to show you all of the colors. I know I just did the swatches, but I want to show you how they work. So let's do green for her tank top. There we go. And we'll do purple for her shoes. Actually, let's do this one right here. It's like a mauve purple pink. Or it's regular pink. So this is what I was talking about right there. It's more of a, you have to have it swatched out, but I don't mind. I like this color. Because out of all of the colors that I used, hold on one second. Out of all the colors I used, her skin, her socks, her hair, her shirt, her other shirt, her all that kind of stuff was to marker cap. This was the only one that was not to marker cap. So it goes to show you about 95%, I'd say, of them. I would say out of the whole set, there's maybe 6. So you have 30 that are perfect to cap. And really, it's not a problem because all the colors are nice, so. And I can get this with some pencils to get a little darker like I wanted. It's there. There is our demo of them. I'll probably come in here, touch them up with some pencils or gel pens, but this is our page. So once again, I'm going to show you the swatches. So here's our swatches again for the Parkoo 36 set of permanent markers. Really love the amount of pinks that they have. I really like the greens that they have in here. And I really love this, I just really love this brown. You can see the base of it right here. I just really, really love that brown. So yeah, that is my review part and demo. So my final thoughts